actually, the play that we are going to be doing was the original play of Arsenic and Old Lace, and the movie was created afterwards. So some of the characters are slightly different, or there isn't as many characters as you might have seen in the original. So one of the things I want to give you a little history about our Sunrise Sunset acting troupe here. We started acting together about 2 years ago, and last February we performed our first play. It was a one-act. It was called The Fruit Salad Topping. And after rave reviews, and they finally understood what it meant to have people clapping and getting all the attention, that they definitely said, when are we going to do our next play? And so this fall, I challenged them with Arsenic and Old Lace, which was a 2-act play, and it's a full play. Not as long as some of the ones on Broadway, but this play was done on Broadway for many, many years. So we are doing the original one. It's probably about 45 minutes. There's two 20, 25-minute acts. We'll take a 10-minute intermission to allow the actors to kind of find their Zen moment and regain their energy. We'll have some refreshments and snacks provided during that the intermission. We ask that you save your restroom stops till intermission because, as you know, I'm working with the 55-plus age group, and one of the biggest challenges for them was memorizing their lines. And yes, they have memorized all their lines. That's not to say that once in a while they might look up, and I just ask that any interruptions or cell phones be turned off because those distractions can really throw them off. It's such a small, intimate theater that they do notice those types of movements. So if you can't hear them or something, you know, please keep your conversations to nothing. But we really would love you to laugh when it's funny. That's what gives them the energy. That's when they start really seeing some action here. So when they hear that first laugh, then they start going. So if you could just turn off your cell phones, that's great. I think we're all ready to go. I think everybody else has already come into the room. So without further, one other note I should make, I'm the director, and as much as I would love to say that when I bring the acting troupe together, that it calls for, you know, maybe 4 gentlemen and 3 females, that I get 4 gentlemen and 3 females coming to the class, but that's not the case. So we did have to modify the play a little bit, and if you're familiar with the play, Mortimer, who was played by Cary Grant in the movie, will be played by a female, and we have changed her to Marilyn. So I just didn't want you to confuse you. She will be Marilyn, not Mortimer. But everybody else is still the same, for the most part. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move, because I'm also sound, light, and crew here. The setting takes place in the living room of the Brewster home in Brooklyn, circa 1940. The Brewster sisters are coming down to the living room, and they can't wait to hear some news that Marilyn is about to give them. You can ask anybody in that section of Brooklyn, and they will all tell you the very same thing. The neighbors, the minister, Dr. Harper, even O'Hara, the cop on the beat.
You mean those 2 old Brewster sisters? Oh, they're the nicest ladies in town. It's too bad about the nephew there. Too bad.
Follow me, men. Upstairs on hill. After Teddy Roosevelt.
You see what I mean?
But the Brewster sisters also have a niece, Marilyn. She's a dramatic critic on the New York paper, and she's always considered herself quite sane until tonight.
Abby, Aunt Martha, I have some great news. I'm going to marry Edward. Oh, Marilyn, how nice. Our minister's son.
And we should celebrate.
Well, not tonight, darling. I have a play to cover. Well, dear, I sure hope it's something you like for once. What's the name of it? Murder Will Out. And I bet I can write the review without even seeing it.
Oh, I know. You're so talented, Marilyn.
Well, it's the same old tripe. The curtain goes up and there's a dead body. Well, maybe not out in plain sight, but like possibly hidden in the window seat. And somebody casually goes over and lifts the window seat. Oh my gosh! Oh, what's the matter? Aunt Abby, there's a dead body in there. Let me say it again slowly, Auntie. There's a dead body in the window seat. We know, dear. You know?
Well, of course.
Well, I didn't think Teddy would. You are still planning to send him to that sanitarium, haven't you? Oh, yes, it's all arranged. Edward's father brought the papers over this afternoon. Here they are, all ready for Teddy to sign. Well, we better get him to sign them tonight, because if they found out he's killed a man...
Oh, but Teddy didn't do that.
He didn't? Marilyn, just forget about it. Forget you even saw the gentleman. Forget! You never dreamed you'd peep. Right. Oh, but who is he? His name is Hoskins. Adam Hoskins. That's all I really know about him, except he's a Methodist. Well, what's he doing here? What happened?
Well, he died.
Aunt Martha, men don't just get into window seats and die. Marilyn, he died first. But how? The gentleman drank wine with poison in it. And how did the poison get in the wine?
Elderberry wine. And I'll tell you how the poison got in there. We put the poison in the wine because it's less noticeable. And I'll tell you, when we put it in tea, it has a distinct odor.
Marilyn can't believe that they put it in the wine.
So you two put it in the wine? Yes, and we put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat because Edward's father was coming to tea. So you know what you've done, and you didn't want Dr. Harper to see the body.
Well, now, it wouldn't be nice at tea, Marilyn. Now, you forget all about it because Teddy's down in Panama right now.
Panama? Yes, the cellar. Teddy always calls the cellar Panama.
And the steps over there are San Juan Hill.
He's down in Panama right now digging the locks. So you're planning to bury Mr. Hoskins in the cellar?
Well, of course, that's what we did with the others.
Now, wait a minute, you two. Others? Let me get this straight. You mean more than one?
Abby, does this mean 11?
Oh, no, dear. This is 12.
Well, you can't count that last one. He just died.
Just stop. Well, what your Aunt Martha means, without any help from us, Mr. Midgley was his name, and he was a Baptist, and he came here looking for a room.
That was after you moved to New York, Maryland.
And we thought it was such a shame to leave that lovely room empty with so many people needing it. So we advertised and Mr. Midgley applied.
Oh, the poor dear. He was so lonely. No kith or kin, and we felt so sorry for him.
And then when his heart attack came, and he died right in that chair.
Oh my God. It seemed like old times.
Yes.
Now, you know, our grandfather
Yes.
was a doctor, and he always had a cadaver or two around the house.
But Teddy thought that he was a yellow fever victim and must be buried at once.
Oh, he looked.
So we buried him in.
Yeah,
that's how this whole thing got started? And men coming in and dropping dead?
Well, you couldn't always depend on that happening.
Now, Marilyn, you know those bottles of poison that grandfather had in his laboratory for many years.
And you know what a knack your Aunt Martha has in fixing things.
Yes. Now, for a gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoonful of arsenic, 1/2 teaspoonful of strychnine, and just a pinch of cyanide.
Boy, that should have quite a kick.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, one of our gentlemen just had time to say, how delicious.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with you two, but I don't know how to explain this to you. You can't do things like this. It's against the law. It's not a nice thing to do, and it's become a very bad habit.
Marilyn, we don't stop you from doing things you like to do. Why do you interfere with us?
Well, listen, I can't debate this any longer. I have to get in town and cover that play.
Oh, you're not staying for dinner? I'm trying a new recipe.
No thanks, I couldn't eat a thing.
Oh, Martha, this talk is making me hungry. Let's go make some soup.
Let's do.
Yes, Doctor, this is it. I remember this door. When I was a child, it always sounded like in the sanctum. Won't you please come in?
Jeez, it's dark in here.
Oh, that means the family's still here. The Brewsters were always sparing with lights.
Is there...
Who turned the lights on?
I did. Who are you?
I'm Jonathan.
What are you two doing here?
I'm Jonathan, your nephew.
Oh, you get out of here.
I'm Jonathan, your nephew, and this is Dr. Einstein.
Oh,
You can't be serious. You're nothing like Jonathan, so don't pretend you are.
Well, I am.
Abby, his voice sounds like Jonathan, but look at that face.
Have you been in an accident?
No.
Lace, I am the doctor, and I have done Jonathan's face 3 times in the last 5 years. And I'm getting ready to do it again.
You're dead.
No! I'm sorry, Johnny. I told you I'm sorry. I was watching a horror movie, and I had a few drinks. Now you're home here, and he's always talking about Brooklyn and this house and how he loves his aunts. So talk to him, please, talk to him.
Well, it's Jonathan. It's been a long time since you ran away from us.
Yes, where have you been all these years?
Oh, let me see. England, South Africa, Australia. In the last 5 years, Dr. Einstein and I have been in Chicago.
Really? We were in Chicago for the World's Fair.
We didn't like Chicago because it was awfully warm there.
Yeah, it got hot there for us too.
Well, Jonathan, it's been lovely to see you again. I mean, if you're in a hurry to be somewhere.
No.
Oh, Martha, we gotta check the soup before it boils
before it
over.
boils over.
Will you excuse us, Jonathan?
Yes.
But of course.
Johnny, you gotta work fast.
I know.
The cops have got a picture of your face, and I have to find a place to operate, and we're gonna find a place for Mr. Watkins.
Jonathan doesn't care about that rat.
Now, don't waste any time on that rat.
Look, we can't leave a dead body in a rumble seat. We have place to operate.
Ah, I know exactly the place.
You do?
Yes! If this family hasn't changed, and I don't think they have, my grandfather's laboratory, I'll bet you that's just the way he left it.
Really?
Yes.
And he goes on to explain to the doctor how they'll make a fortune here.
Yes! When you get through with me, we'll make a fortune here.
In Brooklyn?
Yes! Practically everybody in Brooklyn needs a new face.
But your aunts, I don't think they really want us here.
Oh, don't worry about them. I'll take care of them. This house is going to be our headquarters for years to come.
Well, this house is so nice, and your aunt is so lovable. I'll go get the bags.
No! Wait a minute.
What?
We've got to be invited.
You just said.
I said we'd be invited.
You said, yeah, that's right. You said we'd be invited, so why can't I go get the bags?
Please have a seat.
It's like a peaceful dream. Beautiful, so peaceful.
Oh, that's with this house. It is so very peaceful.
Chad! Zoom in, Chad!
What? What's that? Doctor, go see what that is.
All right.
Oh, Aunt Martha, Aunt Abby, it was so nice of you to invite the doctor and I to dinner.
We didn't invite you, Jonathan. You invited yourself.
But Jonathan already feels at home.
Well, let me tell you, I feel at home here right now. And I think I'm going to like it here.
Like it here? You mean you're going to stay?
Oh, I haven't told you?
Jonathan, don't think you're going to stay.
Oh, Abby, dear, the dinner dishes, I think we better get started on them.
Yes, Jonathan, we'll speak to you later.
Yes.
Okay.
Johnny!
What?
Guess what?
What?
Teddy's downstairs in the Panama. I found the Panama Canal.
Panama Canal?
Yeah. Teddy's down there, and he's digging a hole just big enough for Mr. Watkins.
Ah! What a joke we'll play on my aunts. We'll bury him in their cellar.
Yeah, and so how are we going to get him in here?
Well, come over here. We'll get him in through these French windows, and we'll put him in the window seat.
In the window seat?
Yes! This is perfect for a corpse. When I was a child, I used to hide in there myself.
Jonathan is excited about when the aunts have gone to bed, then what they'll do.
Yeah, after my aunts have gone to bed, we'll come back and bury him. Should we go get the body now?
No, I need a drink. Let's go to the bar first, and then I'll do some surgery.
Abby, are you sure they've gone out?
Oh, yes, dear. They're out by their car right now. And we've got to hurry and get Mr. Hoskins out of that room.
Oh, that poor dear, he must be awfully uncomfortable.
Yes, and when Marilyn comes back, she'll take care of
Oh,
it.
there'll be an awful ruckus. They never did like each other.
And I will not invite Jonathan to Mr. Hoskins' services.
Oh, Abby, we better hurry.
I'll check and see if Teddy is in the cellar.
Yes.
Teddy, are you down there in Panama?
Who dare call the president by his first name?
Mr. President, I've got a gentleman for you.
Is he dead?
Well, of course he's dead.
A yellow fever victim, Teddy. You better hurry.
See how nicely he fits? Isn't this good?
Wow. This looks like it was just made to order for a body.
Well, we're going to go down the bar down the street and get you that drink.
Oh,
and when
fine.
my eyes have gone to sleep, we'll come back and we'll bury him.
I'll do the surgery after I have my drink.
Get out of here.
Well, it seems quiet enough. They must still be sleeping. It's a little dark in here. There, that's better. Now let's see, I've got to get Mr. Hoskins out of the window seat. It's not a very pleasant job, but it's got to be done. I hate to disturb you, old man. Let's go. Oh, I got another one.
Marilyn,
Darling, you're back just in time for the services.
Martha, Abby, look, there's another body in the window seat.
who can that be?
Right? It's a stranger.
Now, how did he get in there?
Now listen, you two. It's got to be another one of your gentlemen.
How can you say that? That man's an imposter.
Well, you admitted you put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat.
Yes, I did, but
Marilyn's concerned how they could have gotten the idea from Mr. Hoskins.
Well, this gentleman didn't get the idea from Mr. Hoskins. By the way, where is Mr. Hoskins?
Teddy took him down to Panama.
And he's down there getting ready for the services. Now, Abby, we always wanted to hold a double funeral. Now's our chance.
No, Martha, absolutely not. I will not lead services over a total stranger.
Aunt Abby, there are 12 bodies buried in the cellar. You admitted you poisoned them. Now you're saying this one's a stranger.
Yes, darling. How could you even question that? Do you think I'd stoop to telling a fib?
Oh, Abby dear, let's go get ready for the funeral.
Yes, Martha.
Well, Marilyn thinks she's going crazy and she's about to go into hysteria until her brother Jonathan walks in, and that makes the answer fairly apparent. And Marilyn shifts right into high gear, and she tells him she's going to call the police and they better get that very dead stranger out of the window seat before she gets back. And it looks like her bluff is going to work when Dr. Einstein comes rushing in.
Johnny! Wow! Teddy's down in the Panama.
Panama Canal!
Guess what? We have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Now the doctor goes on to explain to Jonathan about the very dead Mr. Hoskins, and that changes things all around again, especially since Marilyn has gone on some very urgent business and won't be back for a while. And while they're waiting Marilyn's return, the two old ladies are quite upset.
Jonathan, what do you plan on doing with that stranger in there?
Mr. Watkins, we're going to bury him with Mr. Hoskins down in your cellar.
Absolutely not. We will not have strangers buried in our cellars.
The cellar is crowded already, you know.
We have 12 graves down there already.
12 graves?
Yes, and that leaves very little room. And we're going to need it.
You murdered 12 people?
Murder? Certainly not. This is one of our charities.
And what we do is a mercy.
Jonathan can't believe that they did this in this house.
You mean to tell me you did that right here in this house and you buried them down there?
Look, You know something? We've traveled all over the world. They're doing the same thing here at home that you do.
I've got 13.
No. They have 12 and you have 12.
I've got 13.
No, Johnny, you got 12. You don't count the one that died in South Bend. He died of pneumonia.
Oh, we wouldn't have got pneumonia if I hadn't shot him.
I'm telling you, you got 12.
I've got 13.
No, and you got 12, and guess what? Your aunts are just as good as you are.
Not just as good as you are, forget it.
Ha! Just as good as I am? All I need is one more. Just one more.
Go down and check.
I'm going to go down to the cellar and check for myself.
Goodness gracious.
Well, here I am. You're still here?
Oh, for goodness sake, lady. Just leave, will you? Johnny's downstairs with Mr. Watkins.
Well, I'm sorry, Doctor, but I've got somebody important, somebody very important coming, and I've still got to write my review.
No. You know when he gets like this, he's a madman.
Don't worry about Jonathan. I've got him taken care of.
Don't you ever learn anything of these movies and plays you see?
Well, you should have seen the one I had direct. I saw it tonight. There's this guy. He knows he's in the house with murderers. He's been warned. Does he do anything about it? No. Now I ask you, is that intelligent?
You're asking me.
And he isn't even on guard when the murderer invites him to sit down.
Oh, won't you sit down?
Well, believe it or not, that was in there too. So he sits down, and what do you think they used to tie him up with? The curtain cord.
Oh, how convenient.
That's a little too convenient. So here's this guy, supposed to be so bright, big dopey sitting there, just like I'm sitting here, waiting for the murderer to walk up behind him and tie him up. Oh,
Oh, this gag is hard. Yeah. Better.
Well, she seems to be tied up quite well and gagged.
Oh, goodness, I need a drink. Oh, wine.
Elderberry wine.
Would you like me to pour you some?
Well, of course.
Okay. Here you go.
Oh, thank you very much.
I've been waiting for this. Oh, that's not yet. A little more. Oh, goodness. Oh, it smells good.
Now, doctor, wait, where are your manners? You never have a drink unless you have a toast. Here's to my poor dead sister.
Cheers!
What the hell is that?
John goes on to explain how Teddy is next on his list.
That Teddy! That idiot! He's next on my list.
You can't do Teddy. You cannot do Teddy.
Well, we'll catch him later. We've got work to do.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on
Oh
here?
my God, the cops!
Hey, you gotta stop that Teddy from blowing his horn. We told the neighbors we'd stop it.
We'll talk to him.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that Miss Marion over there?
Yes it is.
What's she doing all tied up?
Well,
She went to a play today, and we were sort of reenacting it.
Oh, no kidding now. I'll just watch and see.
Yeah,
Oh, Brooklyn, how's our business?
well, it's getting a little warm out there.
Did Lieutenant give you a call on the radio?
Yeah,
here, he called and he said he got so many complaints from this place about the noise in this place. You'd think they dropped an atom bomb on Flatbush Avenue.
Truly.
So he said we gotta take Teddy and, hey, what's that lady all tied up for?
Oh, that's Miss Marilyn. She just playing again.
Oh,
Sure.
she looks like she's choking.
Just take a minute. Don't worry. Oh, let me help.
And who's this guy?
Oh, that's my brother. And you better stick around because he...
Don't pay any attention to her, officer. She's dangerous.
Huh?
That's why we had to tie her up. She's the worst kind of person there is in this world.
Dramatic critic?
Don't get me started on my two aunts. You think they're cool, kind of collective old ladies? Well, let me tell you something. They've got 13 bodies in their cellar. Don't be talking about those ladies. They're friends of mine. Hey, Brookie, look at the face. You look like Boris Karloff. Damn you, shut up!
Hey, you drink fruit and talk!
What's the blame him joking me like that?
I don't know, when you said he looked like, here, wait a minute. This guy is wanted.
You sure?
Sure, don't you ever read True Detective?
No, not really.
They said he escaped from an asylum, and he looked just like Boris Karloff.
Is there a reward for it?
Sure, there's a reward. So help me lug him out to the car.
And I'm going to give him some blood, some salt. He's like a rock. Hey, what about the bodies in the cellar?
Bodies in the cellar. That should show you how nuts he is. Come on.
And Miss Marilyn, how about the other one? You know the doctor.
He's already left. They've already left.
All right, he locked up the door. Well, Miss Marilyn, you know the reward and all that. We'll be back.
I got
And keep Teddy quiet.
I will. Oh, I can't believe my luck. Oh, that must be him.
What's all the commotion?
Marilyn, you're back. Did you get rid of Jonathan and his friend? We knew you could do it.
Aunt Abby and Aunt Martha, I know it's late, but Mr. Witherspoon, come in, Mr. Witherspoon. Mr. Witherspoon came all the way over. He's the superintendent of Happydale.
Yes?
Yes.
Really? How nice.
And he's going to take Teddy with him tonight. All the papers have been signed.
Really, Mr. Witherspoon?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Marilyn, does Teddy know?
Not exactly. He thinks he's going on safari to Africa.
Oh, poor Teddy. We love him so much. What are we going to do? We'll miss him.
Well, I fixed that too, Aunt Martha. You and Aunt Abby are going along just so you can be close to him.
Oh, Marilyn, how thoughtful.
Isn't it nice that you can have the house?
The house?
Well, of course. If you're going to marry Edward, you'll need the house.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go meet him. Thank you, Mr. Witherspoon, for coming all the way over here. I'll leave you with my aunts.
Mr. Witherspoon, she's a lovely girl.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
Well, if we're all going to Happydale, I think we should celebrate. Have a party.
Well, I'm here in a more official manner.
Oh, well, will you please come and have a seat?
All right.
Mr. Witherspoon, tell me, do you have family living in Happydale too?
I'm sorry, I have no family at all.
Oh, you're all alone?
All alone.
Isn't that too bad? Well, Martha, if Mr. Witherspoon won't let us have a party for him, at least we might offer him a glass of wine.
Elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine, that's my favorite.
Oh, we make it ourselves.
That's even better.
Martha, pour him a glass.
We're very, very informal like to have you drink this wine. Enjoy.
Oh, I hold a good wine.
Penny, 13.
Normally I give flowers, but this year I decided to give something practical because we have a gentleman and they might like flowers. So I'm going to give them highlighters, so they each have their own highlighter after they get their script for the next performance.
You get no rest, huh?
No rest for the wicked. Here's Martha, and Martha's wicked.
Yes.
Harold.
I'm on black.
Elaine. Where's Nancy?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And Jim Horn.
Thank you.
His favorite color.
I'm not going to do another wiggle my hip. Miss Amy, would you please come out? She's put up with a lot from us.
Well, you made me laugh.
And I'm so nervous it's pathetic.
You did one.
There.
Oh, thank
For you.
Oh.